Hi there, everyone out there in Facebook land and YouTube land. This is DelVecchio coming to you live from Sedona, Arizona on June 3rd, 2019. And I'm coming to you from the place where I live most of the year. And many of you know, I also spend the winters in Southeast Asia. So today's theme is what? Now I have to read it here. Hey, Ingrid. Hi, welcome. What new ideas are you ready to nurture on this new moon in Gemini? Hi, thanks for the love and the thumbs up, everyone. Yay, it's always so good to see that. So speaking of which, I just want to say before we dive in here to the theme of today's video, that if you find value in the messages that I deliver, please share them. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube and you do enjoy these messages, and share them around if you know someone who would benefit from them. So hey there, Catherine. Hi, good to have you here. Okay, so today's theme is what new ideas are you ready to nurture? So I'm going to talk a little bit about the astrology and why this is the theme of today. Thank you for the thumbs up and the love, everyone. Today is a new moon, which means the sun and the moon are conjunct. They're next to each other in the heavens from our perception here on Earth. Of course, the moon is not right next to the sun, right? But in alignment from where we can see it. And they're both sitting in front of the sign, the astrological symbol called Gemini. Gemini is the sign of the twins. Gemini is an air sign, and it's related to communication, mind, ideas, and thought. So a new moon is always a great time to plant the metaphoric or symbolic seeds of something you wish to nurture to bring forth at a full moon, either the coming full moon or a full moon in the future. The Gemini sign is a sign of mind and thought. So rather than planting literal seeds in the garden, let us say, this is an ideal time for you to begin to nurture and even take the first steps with, or somehow activate an idea that's been brewing for you. So if you reflect upon that a little bit, you can tune into, all right, well, what is it that, what ideas or things have I been working on or seeding that I'm ready to really, either seeding or dreaming about, that I'm either ready to seed, to like plant in the earth metaphorically, to bring forward, or to actually activate to the next level. So it's not quite harvest time, but it's really time to nurture that. So that's the main piece. Now I want to connect this with a few other things. So in order to do that, I need to go inward so that I don't start going off on a mental tangent, which actually just brings me to exactly what the next message is. When we have the moon and the sun in Gemini, and we'll always have a new moon in Gemini at this time of the year. So, when we have the sun in Gemini at this time of the year, depending on your unique astrological chart and whether you have other planets there or how this is affecting your planets by transit and by aspect rather, this is a very mental time of year typically. So what does that mean? It means your monkey mind can get in the way on the simplest level. So it's not just about the light bulb going on, like in the cartoons where the light bulb goes on and someone has that realization. That can be one of the things, but it can also be the excessive mind chatter, the stuff that gets irritating and annoying. People can become rather chatty to the point of catty, gossipy. Okay, so these are the shadow aspects. So it's a good time to really bring awareness, bring self-awareness to the conversations you're engaging in, and ask yourself, what is the purpose of this conversation? That's a very kind of almost like a salesy thing, but it has a value here in that we could easily run off at the mouth at this time of the year, when we have a new moon in Gemini. And again, depending on your specific and unique astrological configuration, this may impact you more than others, more or less. So really asking yourself, what is the point of this conversation? And is this conversation uplifting? Are the words, the ideas going through my mind, are they in higher service to my greatest good, or to those I am here to serve or support, to my family, to my loved ones? So just bringing your conscious awareness to what you're saying, either with your words out loud or in your head, between your ears, is going to help. And then really asking, using your words, using your intention, to ask for higher guidance. So when we have Gemini energy, the shadow side is superficiality, cattiness, gossip, the qualities of communication that can really unravel the fabric of relationships. This is the shadow side of too much Gemini energy. So what we want to do is really bring in the higher octave, because the higher octave can be things like channeling your guides, having a conversation with your guides, connecting with that higher guidance and receiving the divine download, the aha, the sudden light bulb illumination moments. These are the other possibilities here. And so if you feel inspired in some way to express verbally, whether that's in writing or speaking, this is a great time to do it. So if you've been having something on the back burner, starting a book, editing a book, beginning to do your own Facebook Lives, starting a podcast, being interviewed, maybe you were invited to be interviewed by somebody in a podcast or something, this is the time to do that. The only thing you want to be sure to do is really do your inner work, right? Do your daily practice, your meditation, your prayer, whatever it is, so that you're sure that you're connected and in alignment to with the highest possible frequency, and in service to the highest possible upliftment for yourself and others, so that whatever the communication is, it comes forward with that, aligned with that high vibrational intent. And I want to say surrender. I'm getting so the Gemini mental energy can really be like when the mind wants to lock in and take control. And in order for us to do that, really going vertical and aligning with our highest possible truth, with the divine, with Mother, Father, God, with our higher self, our soul, there's a surrender that's required. And those of you who are channelers, you know what that is, a little bit of what that's like. We can't control it with the mind. So the mind has its role, but it can overplan, it can overthink. And so in order to really use this energy to the highest frequency, there's a paradoxical mental surrender that needs to happen. So I'm curious if this is making sense to any of you or not. So if it is or it is not, either way, if you would leave me a message and let me know. Again, I always request, or I frequently request, that you navigate me. Let me know. Is this making sense? Is it not making sense? What else would you like to know about, so that I can bring forth more valuable information for you? Okay, let me just check in and notice. Okay, so many of you know that I am an astrologer. I'm an evolutionary astrologer, and I've been quite busy of late working with a bunch of clients, which has been great. So if any of you are interested in getting your own deep dive astrological analysis so that you can really set a foundation for your soul's sacred work, or embody it, or actually get momentum with what you came here to be and do, I do this kind of deep dive work with my clients using astrology as the foundation, bringing in intuitive guidance, bringing in tarot cards, bringing in all my years of skills and abilities, NLP, hypnosis, depending on your needs. So I will share the link to that in one of the comments below this video. So if you have any interest, you can explore that page and see if something resonates for you. Either way, this is a time to really have a look at how you're using your mind and what new ideas are you ready to nurture. And if you have a sense of that, you can also share that in the comments. That would be lovely. I'd love to hear from you. So with that, I want to say thank you and happy new moon in Gemini until the next time I make a video or write a post. Much love for now. Take care, everyone.